at 4:30, and we're going to be talking to him about lands in Jamaica. PNP is saying that we believe in land reparation, and Jamaican people are entitled to a piece of the rock. So over 700,000 people are living on government land, crown lands in Jamaica. The law in Jamaica said for you to have adverse possession of government land, you have to live on the land for 65 years. Now, if I have a piece of land and I am not attending to it, and you live on it for 12 years, or you depend on it at work for 12 years, I'm in a trouble you. You can take that land, adverse possession, pay the tax, and hold on per mile and after 12 years. But the crown land, you have to go 65 years. Well, the PNP is saying no more of that. 25 years. And we know that we have a lot of people in Jamaica right now living on crown lands for more than 25 years. You want that piece of land where you live on? Put your eggs beside the head on election day. Go out and vote for the People's National Party. That's all you need to do to ensure that that piece of land that you are on, you're going to get it. And you heard the party leader said, those who not reach 25 years yet you're upon it and it's crown land, you can apply for it and the government is going to sell it to you at a reasonable cost, a cost that you can afford. Get ready. News coming to me.
Sir Bell, and good afternoon to your listeners. I mean, we did an excellent job. I think the party should be commended, and more particularly the secretariat, the communications team. They put on a masterclass last night, and it just shows us that we are moving the party and Jamaica in the right direction.
Yes, sir, Cousins. Beautiful. Well done. Well done. You also did very well in your presentation.
Thank you very much.
One of the things that I have been saying to people is that there's one party in this country that believes our citizens must own a piece of the rock. And we have no fear of contradiction. That is the People's National Party. You spoke about that law that was in place from slavery, that if you are occupying government land, it's 65 years before you can claim adverse possession. Speak to us about that and the changes that the PNP will be making when we form government.
Okay, so let me put it into context. Emancipation Proclamation was, I think, 1834. 1 year before Emancipation Proclamation, the Crown put in place a law in 1833, Registration of Titles Act, that basically created a system that was designed to keep the freed labor force out of land ownership so that they could continue to work for the slave masters. So that is the real purpose and design of having that 60-year rule. We have had in the past people like George William Gordon,
yes,
who is a national hero, Paul Bogle, Sam Sharp, all were advocates for the empowerment of the masses in terms of land ownership. Up until 1944, only those who own land in Jamaica could vote.
A whole heap of people don't
know that.
Whole heap of people don't know that. So you'd have to
up to 1944, universal adult suffrage took away that privilege. It was a privilege to vote in this country. When slavery was abolished, Jamaica was carved up into pens. So that's why you have Maid pen, Taw's pen, Macook's pen.
All these pens.
Yes, and those pens were owned by persons who the king entrusted with those lands. The freed labor force was left out of the process. It wasn't until Mike Norman Manley came in now and formed the People's National Party. And we ended up having the Compulsory Land Acquisition Act.
Yes.
And started to make a move to take away some of these large tracts of land and develop them.
Yes.
That we started to see a transition now. But the truth is that the apartheid system which was put in place and still exists to this day has forced many Jamaicans to have to go and capture land.
And then they call people squatters upon government land.
Yes, but as I said time and time again, the people couldn't go and live out on Pedro Key. They couldn't go and live in the sea. They had to find somewhere to establish their homes.
Yes, you need a roof over your head.
Yes, it's a right, and that's why we see it as a right. And so, in keeping with the traditions of the People's National Party, we are committed to ending this apartheid system and overseeing what will be considered, and I'm committed to this, and the party is committed to this, the single largest transfer of wealth from the crown straight into the hands of the people.
And how are you going to do that?
We are going to ensure that those who occupy the lands for more than 25 years will be able, as of right, to go to the court and approach the court and have a title issued for their land.
Yes.
Because once we bring forward the legislation, that person who is on the land now for over 25 years cannot be evicted, one, and two, has a right to approach the court.
To get a title for it?
Then get a title for it. But we are going to go a step further. We are going to set up quasi-judicial commissions across the island in all counties that is going to review all of the cases, and once they make a determination that this person is entitled to it, and they affix their approval to it, it goes to the Registrar of Titles, and the Registrar of Titles is going to be duty-bound based on the legislation they're going to bring forward to issue titles to these persons.
So, hold on now. This quasi what?
The quasi-judicial committee will find retired judges.
So you're saying that you don't have to go to the regular court?
No, we can pass legislation that allows for us to set up some committees across the counties.
Yes.
With judges who are sitting at home in the prime of their legal life and not doing anything because...
And hold on, Sir Cousins. Hold on, let me just say to the people that Luther Cousins is also an attorney at law. So,
correct.
He's a learned person, so he knows what I'm talking about. Continue.
Sure. So once we set up these commissions with attorneys, it's similar to what they do when you have like a state of emergency and they have commissions across the island to review certain things.
Yes.
So it's similar to that. Just to have these commissions in place with land surveyors and other stakeholder groups, for example, Justice of the Peace, the Custos, whomever else you want. And those persons will review the cases.
So Abraham, hold on. Abraham Thomas is saying you're going to set up a land court.
Well, it could be considered that, but it's not a court in the strictest sense.
Right.
We have tried this before with LAMP.
Yes.
So it worked with LAMP where you had commissions across the island that would have reviewed many cases, would have made the necessary recommendations and titles issued.
Mm-hmm.
But in this case, LAMP never had a retired judge on the panel.
Right.
I am expanding it now to a retired judge.
Yes.
To ensure that the integrity of the process is beyond question.
Beautiful. So what am I to understand? That people who are now living on Crown land for more than 25 years, the PNP win on the 3rd of September. Let's say Parliament starts on the 15th. How soon will this be in place that people can start to get title?
We will issue the drafting instructions immediately for the amendments to be drafted. And as soon as those amendments have been drafted to the existing legislation, then we'll move it through the Parliament. And then once it gets the assent of the Governor General, it becomes law.
Mm-hmm.
So what we're saying is that immediately we're going to start the process. of issuing the drafting instructions.
Right. So you are saying within the first year of the PNP in power, people should be able to start submitting and getting results.
Sure. That is the aim. That is the aim.
Yes.
And we are aggressively going to approach this thing. And we go a bit further. For those who are living on the Crown land and in established areas, and they have not met the 25 years requirement, we will have to enter into discussions with them now.
Yes.
To see how best we can give them some fair terms for them to be able to purchase the land that they're on. Then after that now, whatever land is not yet captured, we are going to take the necessary steps to secure them. But those that are already occupied by the people,
yes,
we have to be inclusive. We cannot bulldoze them off it. They have invested heavily into it. We have been negligent in allowing them to be there, albeit not for the 25 years. That is for the person who have not met the 25 years as yet. But we have to find a way to work with them so we can have orderly development.
Yes.
Orderly structured development.
Sir Cousins, there's a person in the chat room saying, Colin asked Mr. Cousins for a contact number. My mother lives in his constituency and want to vote. She's 88 years old. You have an office number you can give out, Sir Cousins?
Sure.
Go ahead, because people want to vote.
Because people love them land, as I said last night.
Yes, of course. Then, if you see, one of the things that I am confident of, if you give a Jamaican a piece of land, him go and build.
Yeah, but not only that, it goes a bit further. When you give a person a piece of land, that person can use that land as collateral.
Yes.
And approach an institution. They can then use that collateral to leverage and invest in other businesses. A taxi service, for example, like this man is saying, our taxi service and become a billionaire.
And become a billionaire, so you can use the land.
Man can use him piece of land title and start in taxi service and become a billionaire too.
Exactly.
If we accept that story to be true. Right? Anyway, the contact number for the office is 987 0678.
0678. That's 987 0678 for the person who wants the number. Hold on. Let me just put it in the chat room. That's go again, Luton.
987
06. The last two digits, 06 what?
78.
That's 987 0678. It's in the chat room. So anybody wants to touch base with the MP office, people want to go and vote. Now, Luthan, the PNP is planning to build over 50,000 low-income houses. What can you tell us about that?
Yeah, sure. So we have a lot of plans in terms of housing. One of the most interesting points that was raised last night was that civil servants, police officers, nurses, teachers, a category of those civil servants used to benefit from a special arrangement at the National Housing Trust.
Yes.
Where they pay a reduced interest rate. Since this government has been in place, they have actually taken away that privilege.
Yes, I know.
So we are going to restore that privilege, and I believe the range is between 1% and 2%. They are now paying over 3% to the NHT. So that's going to be savings automatically in every single household because the mortgage payment is going to be less.
Of course.
You understand?
Also,
we're planning to...
Go ahead. You go ahead.
So we're planning to build 50,000 starter homes in the next 5 years. And we emphasis on starter homes. We're building homes that are affordable. And if you're going to build homes that are affordable, you can't build 2 and 3 bedroom homes for persons to purchase at 17 and 18 million.
Not at all.
You give them the starter home, they can benefit, especially those who are between the ages of 18 to 45, from a $500,000 grant.
Yes.
And they can use that grant and improve on the structure if they want to. Right? There's going to be a moratorium for those who have just purchased an NHT home. So they have 3 months between which they are allowed to pay the first mortgage. So
Yes.
they give them a 3 months leeway,
Moratorium.
and they can do what they have to do. And then after the third month, they start to pay the mortgage on the house. So we have a lot of plans, especially for the young first-time homeowners.
But hold on, Luthan. Hold on. I hear the party leader also say that once the houses, NHT is building a scheme on government land, the portion for the land will not be a cost to the person.
Absolutely correct. Absolutely correct.
Talk to me about
And
that.
we are estimating that the cost for the land is between $1.5 to $3 million.
Oh, yes.
So if, for example, the NHT unit is valued at $15 million, you can look for a reduction in the price that you pay your mortgage on, the overall price, by about $1.5 to $3 million. And that is significant savings again.
Massive.
Because, yeah, man, and that is over 25 years now, because that is the life of a mortgage. So what we're looking at is not just today, tomorrow, and the following day after tomorrow. We're looking at empowering people for the next 20 to 25 years. Because those who purchase a property now using an NHT mortgage would need at least 20 to 25 years to repay that mortgage.
Yes.
So whatever savings they're getting now is saving over that life of the mortgage.
Of the mortgage, yes.
Because they don't have to pay the money on the principal amount, which is a higher amount.
Yes.
They're going to pay the mortgage on a lower amount. That is the amount minus the value for the land.
It